Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Food Entrepreneur Spotlight video series by Castiron. My name is Anna Sheena Walsh. I'm your host. I also lead marketing at Castiron, and I am so excited for our guest today. I'm so excited for you all to learn from her. Welcome to the show, Kim Sims. We're so excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here. Thanks.
Oh, amazing. Well, let's get started. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself? Can you tell us your name of your business, what you sell, and where you're located?
So I'm Kim Sims. I own Wesley's Treats Hallie Sweets in Spring, Texas, so around the Houston area. I sell cakes, cookies, cupcakes for private events, birthday parties, showers, all that. And I also do corporate orders, but I specialize in allergy-friendly baking as well.
Ah, I didn't even know that. That's so exciting. Okay, well,
Yep.
now that we know a little bit about your business, can you just tell us how you got started? And I'm personally also interested in how you got into your niche of allergen-free baking as well.
So I've baked all my life. My grandma, taught me, how a lot of bakers start, their grandma. And it was just kind of a hobby, and people would always ask me, "Oh, do you have a business card?" I'm like, "Well, I'm like perfecting my portfolio." And I said that for like over 10 years.
I love it. Good hack.
So, I had been baking since I was young. My grandma got me started, how most bakers get started. And I had just been practicing and playing around doing it as a hobby for well over a decade. And then when my grandma passed in 2020, I just decided, you know what, this is a passion of mine. This is like, let's actually make some money off of it. So that's just kind of what boosted me into it. I also thought that because I have food allergies, people would always ask me like, "Oh, you make such great chocolate chip cookies. Do you make, what was it, macadamia nut cookies or some other kind of nuts?" And I was always like, "Yeah, no, I'm allergic. Doesn't even come into my home." So I thought it was going to be it would hold me back. But it ended up being a really big blessing because I know, because I have food allergies, how hard it is to find someone that will accommodate them. So I was able to really focus on those groups of kids or even schools that are nut free. And I widened and got into gluten free baking because that's something that people were really looking for as well. And because I knew the food allergies and how to kind of accommodate that, it was easy to work with it. And that's just kind of how I got started with all of that. Sometimes it can be a little difficult, especially when your dairy-free butter keeps changing and not being in stock, but I've been able to accommodate that as much as I can.
I love it. And such a good idea, especially when it comes to schools and corporate orders. I love it.
Mhm.
But I mean, I know you have your niche. Obviously, we know that you have a very successful business. My question though is, how did you get your first customer? You're baking your whole life. How did the first one come through?
So what I consider my first real customer, I mean, at first it was just family and friends,
Mhm.
DIY kits around Christmas and all of that. But I was taking a lot of, my practice like I would practice, or my kids, they were in daycare and preschool. They would have, I think it was Valentine's. I did a bunch of cookies for them. And the director was just talking to me and what I've been doing and how I've been growing and all that. And so someone had asked her if they knew a baker, and we got in contact, and I was able to do a bear cake that looked exactly like, it was my son's friend's teddy bear that she loved. So I was able to recreate that into a cake. And then this is last year, so a year later, I did a Hello Kitty cake for her, and it's always special when I get to do their cake because it's like seeing my growth every single year.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. And then, you went from one customer to obviously several now.
Mhm.
A lot of really successful growth we've seen. So how did you
Yeah.
transition from, it becoming a hobby to having one customer that maybe wasn't a friend or family member to now your booming business? What did that look like? Was it intentional or did you stumble into it?
I did not intend to grow as quickly as I did. I actually don't recommend that. It's
Okay.
kind of like a roller coaster. You're trying to hang on and figure it out really quickly. But I joined one, I had a lot of friends that supported me and wanted me to do things, and I would say, I don't know if I can really do that. And they're like, no, yeah, you can. Okay. So they kind of helped to build my confidence that way and pushed what I thought they were my limits. But also, I joined a local networking group. I didn't really think it was for me, but I thought, I'll try it for a few months. And they also pushed my limits, and I just grew really fast. Like, being able to have that support of other people pushing my limits, showing me what I could do, because I didn't think I could do things, and I was able to. And then that just kind of helped my skills grow. And so then more and more people started getting with me, but also networking with other bakers. I would reach out to other bakers and um just wonder who I could send those people to that wanted, nuts or coconut. And then they would start sending me other people that wanted allergy friendly stuff, or if they were booked, or if I was booked, we'd start sending people uh their way, and it just kind of grew from there.
I love it. How did you find the networking group? And was it specific to food or was it just general for your area?
So ours is just, it's a general thing. I think it's getting really big. I think BNI is another one. It's
Mhm.
Ours is a little bit more laid back than what I've heard BNI is, which is a national one. Um but I guess I just kind of knew a couple people that were in one, so I'd heard about it. I wasn't really sure about it, but someone was like, "No, just come try it."
Okay, that's great advice and good transition to what I want to talk about next, which is, you know, you've obviously followed a dream, something that meant a lot to you, history with your grandmother, been very successful. There's a lot of people we hear from all the time that want to do it, but they're afraid. So, what advice would you have for those people out there that have this dream? How do they get started, and what would you tell them?
I would say, one, you know what, you're going to get better the more you do it. And, some people want the Pinteresty pretty stuff, and you'll get there. It just takes time, but a lot of people just, want something more simple, and that's okay if that's where you want to start. Just know where your limits are, and if something feels uncomfortable, just be honest with them and say, "Hey, I might be able to do that once I hone in on my skills a little bit more." And then they're more likely to come back to you if you're honest about it too. But also, get into the baking community and get rid of the idea of competition, because competition does not help really any small business owner. Build your community, reach out to the local bakers, buy them a coffee. That's what I did with a couple people. Is I was like, "Hey, can I buy you a coffee? Can we get together? And I just want to know how to send people your way with networking." And that you can actually learn a lot from other bakers too in your area, and having that support system and being able to talk to other people in the field will also really help with how comfortable you are.
Yeah, what great advice. I love that idea. And I know sometimes people are hesitant to do that, so it's great to hear how well that went for you. Okay, well, before we let you go, I do have a special end lightning round where we want to ask you a few rapid fire questions, get some rapid fire answers from you, and then at the end, we'll see if you have anything else that you want to share with the audience. Does that sound okay?
Okay. Yep.
All right, I'm going to pull up my questions. Okay, lightning round, ready, go. One, what is your favorite resource that you like to consult to either grow your business or learn your craft?
The Cookie College from Sugar Cookie Marketing.
Ah, love it. We hear that one a lot when we like.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Who is another business owner, does not have to be baking specific, that you admire?
Heather Brookshire, she's actually another baker.
Okay, awesome. What in your life or business are you most proud of?
Just my growth and confidence I've gained doing this.
What a great answer. I love that answer. Okay, and next, if you were to see anyone on this show after you, who would you want to see? Who should we reach out to and hear their story?
Same answer, Heather. She's an award-winning baker that is phenomenal.
Okay, amazing. Well, we will absolutely reach out to gauge her interest. Hopefully she joins us in a future episode. And with that, that is the end of our lightning round. Thank you so much, Kim, for joining us. Is there anything else you want to share with the audience before we wrap up?
Not that I know of, except if you don't have a cast iron, get it. It will save you so much time and really it will make you stand out against some of the other bakers in your area. Truly, I'm just grateful for what cast iron has built.
Oh, well, that's so nice. I appreciate that. For everyone, I did not ask her to say this.
No, but I'm passionate because I just love the company so much.
Oh, well, thank you so much. We appreciate that. And then if our audience wants to find you, where's the best place to find you? What are your Instagram handles? Shop? Where can people reach out to you?
So it's a little long. It's my kids' names. It's Wesley's Treats, Hallie's Sweets, but it's long, but I don't think you can go anywhere else with that. So just search that on Facebook, Instagram, or Wesley's Treats, Hallie'sSweets.com.
Awesome. We'll put some of that in the caption below so you can find Kim, follow along with her journey. So thank you so, so much for joining us. We have loved having you. And with that, that's a wrap. Thanks so much.
All right, thanks.